Hi guys, Annie here. Today we're headed to France for an amazing danger. Enjoy! I have to say that our entire trip to France was just a little bit freaky. It all started with our first hotel stay. We were supposed to be staying at the coast, and we'd already booked the hotel and paid for it. But when we showed up there was a sign on the door saying that the business had closed. But a hotel around the corner would gladly take our business. We'd already paid, we called the number, they said the other hotel will honor it. So we go around the corner and we ended up staying in a pirate castle. Now that was cool. I don't remember what year it went back to, I think maybe the 1500s. And then we had a rental car and we started going to see some of our friends across the country. And every smaller city that we went to, it really seemed like the anarchists were following us. I don't know if they had the same map we had. I mean, it got crazy after a while. We went to this little city. It couldn't have had more than, I'd say, 30,000, 40,000 people in it. And our friend said to us, we'd love to take you downtown, but we can't because the anarchists are in town and the police are expecting a riot and we just should avoid that entire area. And I thought, the French are known for the revolution, so maybe they like this sort of thing. When we got to the next little city, we were getting ready to go downtown again. We were actually going to do this really cool thing where you offer free hugs and flowers to the little old ladies. And we were all ready to go do that. And our host said, I'm sorry, the anarchists are in town. And they're going to do a big parade today. And it might be a riot. And the police are out. And that was kind of the second cue that something wasn't quite right. All in all, we were safe. Pretty much the whole time we were in France. And we ate very well because the food is so delicious. And we ended up going to all these little cities and these castles, and we had a wonderful time. And one of the last days, as we were coming into Paris, we had stopped to get some gasoline, and a couple of us had ran to the toilet. We were coming out, and there was a giant map, and it showed where we were in relation to Paris. And I looked, and there was this city called Versailles. And I'm like, Versailles, that sounds so familiar. And then it hit me. Oh, that was like the summer palace of King Louis XIV. And so I said to my friends, this looks like this is really, really close to this gas station. And we didn't have to be into Paris at any certain time. So we just went. We didn't even know what time it closed. And we got there, I think at 4 p.m. and it closed at 5 p.m. And we didn't even know it. We went ahead and just bought a ticket. They're a little pricey, but it's worth it. And because we were so late, we were like the last tour. And so we got to just take our time and go through the palace. We found out later that even the Pope, when he went to go visit Versailles, had to wait a couple hours to get into the Hall of Mirrors. So that was really cool. We were really jazzed. We were super excited as we're coming into Paris at night. I mean, Paris at night. The Eiffel Tower at night. I mean, it just sounded spectacular. And we're on the highway, and personally, I couldn't believe the traffic. It was worse than Los Angeles at rush hour. We were going nowhere, coming into Paris at night. I mean, you would think everybody that works in Paris would be leaving at night, like Los Angeles. But no. We are completely stuck. I mean, people have even turned off their engines. We're that stuck on the highway into Paris. And we're not more than 3 to 5 miles from where we need to turn off. And so we're talking about how cool Versailles was. We're chatting about how bad the traffic is. And all of a sudden, all of these people jump over the side of the highway, onto the highway. It's all these young people, at least they look like young men. And there were probably 18 to 20 of them. And they all had on all black, and they had black face masks. And they jumped onto the highway right in front of us. But we watched these guys go up to every single car and try to either steal a purse, Actually, one tried to steal a car, and they were just going around ripping open the doors and taking whatever they could from the people, and then they were going to just jump back over the side of the highway and get away. And it was so jammed in, it wasn't like the police could come and save us. And it happened so quick, we had no time to think about it. And they just started going around to all these cars right around us. And it was a rental car that we were in, and we hadn't even gotten used to the rental car. And I remember telling my friends, lock the doors, lock the doors. And we couldn't figure out how to lock the doors because we couldn't find the button. And all of a sudden, this guy who had jumped over the side of the highway, he stood right in front of our car as if he was going to attack our car. And, all of us are panicking and screaming lock the door, oh my God, oh my God. And he literally looked straight at us, turned, and attacked the car in front of us. And just as quick as they came, they left. And then traffic started moving. And that was probably the most amazing danger that we were in France. So, were you a little amazed? Maybe flabbergasted? If it's hard to believe this one, the next one's even harder to believe, but it's all true. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to tune in for the next one.